Hello and welcome to the Festival of Trees show. I'm your host, Chloe Hoffner. The Festival of Trees is the unofficial kickoff to the holiday season, and this year was no exception. This year's festival entertained 20,000 guests thanks to the efforts of over 2,500 volunteers. And thanks to 500 donors and 1,500 volunteer entertainers, the Festival of Trees in 2017 was able to raise a whopping $1.2 million for the Red Deer Regional Hospital. We are going to learn where exactly in the hospital those funds raised will be heading to later on in the show. Well, it takes an army to organize this massive event, and it wouldn't be possible without the help of volunteers. Every year, the Festival of Trees bestows awards in 4 categories to honor these volunteers. The first award is the Volunteer in Profile Award, which is given to a volunteer showing outstanding commitment to the festival organization during the current festival year. Let's meet the 2016 award recipient.
Hi, my name is Kathy Saunders, and I am the winner of the 2016 Festival of Trees Volunteer and Profile Award. Well, my history with the festival starts in the very first year, actually. My daughter volunteered in the Christmas Castle, and then because I was going out the second year to take her, I just volunteered from then on, and I became more involved over probably the 6th or 7th year. I joined the Candy Cane Lane Committee. And before I knew it, I was co-chairing the Candy Cane Lane Committee. And then I joined the executive, and I came in as the vice chair, then the co-chair, and now I'm the past chair. There was very few trees the first couple of years, but they really had some great ideas. And there's been so many changes over the years, some good, some not so good, but basically awesome. We've almost raised $14 million in that short a period of time in a community of, when I moved here 25 years ago, 54,000 plus our surrounding area. Now we have 104,000 people here, and we still have the same surrounding area. And you know, some years we raised over $1 million. That's awesome for a community this size. One of the most passionate things I got to see was when we raised the money for the lab, we got to go on a tour of the lab, and I actually saw the equipment that we had raised money for and knew that when I was laying on an operating table waiting for services and tests to be done, I knew and saw the equipment that would be able to do and complete those tests way faster, way more. They could do probably 2,500 tests in a 24-hour period, and before that it was, I believe, just over 100. So to see that made a big difference to me. It's very important to me that all people that go to the hospital have the ability to receive the service and the care that they deserve. And we're a very rich province, and unfortunately we have to supply a lot of the tools that they need there. And I lived there for a while, and I like to give back. I think there's so many places that your heart can go, and you just have to find something that you can be passionate about. One of my best experiences with the festival and with Candy Cane Lane happened in our 20th anniversary year. And we had a special party that children that were never able to come to the festival because of their special needs were able to come. And I was hugged by little kids that couldn't see and parents that had never been able to bring their children there because it was too noisy and too loud. That was the most rewarding experience for me. It really showed that if you spread your heart, you open it up, you let people in, you can always give back in any way, and people enjoy and appreciate the little things.
The Youth Volunteer Award is given to a young person demonstrating exceptional energy and commitment to the Festival of Trees. Let's meet the 2016 recipient of the Youth Volunteer Award.
My name is Olivia Miller, and I'm the winner of the 2016 Festival of Trees Youth Award. I have been volunteering for 10 years. My mom has been a part of it since before I was born, so I've got a good grasp on what it is, and it makes me happy to be a part of it. It's very important to me. I don't think I'd be who I am if I didn't grow up with it in my life, so it's really had a huge impact on me. You have to work with other people, you have to get used to what other people think, you have to make sure you go to report to other people who are higher up than you, and it's a good way to get work experience without having a job. I've been a supervisor for a couple of years now, and usually they don't let kids supervise until they're in grade 12 or 11, so it's definitely helped me grow as a impactful person. Like, I like to make a difference in other people's lives. I don't get paid for it. It's something I actually want to do, and that's something that moves me. I'm actually choosing to be there, choosing to do what I do there, and I think that's what really affects it. I'm not getting anything back for it except for my happiness. The other people who volunteer are all so friendly and so nice, and you meet so many different types of people. It's just such an amazing experience every year.
The beautiful glass sculptures for the Volunteer Awards are made locally by Sparrow Glassworks. In our next story, we are going to learn just what goes into making these perfect Christmas trees and why this local business is pleased to give back to the community.
So my name is Darren Peterson, and I've been blowing glass for close to 30 years. Last year we celebrated our 20th year of business here in Red Deer, working out of this little studio. I love to contribute to the community. I mean, I think that's our responsibility for all of us. You know, I've contributed to, you know, various dinners for like UNICEF, where funds go to places like Africa, and these are important things, but it's also, I think, really important to participate in your community, and you know, what's more important than education and hospitals. So with the Festival of the Trees, it's you know, it's a great bunch of people that are working to make our community better. The nature of the material of molten glass wants to do certain things, and so I'm guided by that quite a bit. And so when I'm consulting with a client, you know, that certainly dictates some degree of what I'm capable of doing. I mean, it's a very versatile material. And I like to think of myself as a pretty versatile glassmaker. I enjoy consulting with a client and kind of, you know, getting input on what they would like, and then combining my ideas with what the glass wants to do. I kind of feel like the glass is a living thing almost. There's various ways to work with glass, and we sort of call them, you know, cold glass, warm glass, hot glass. Certainly, with this facility, I'm working with molten hot glass. You know, it's a soft glass that is conducive to you know, working on a pipe, and so I work in the way that, you know, glassmakers worked during the Renaissance. You know, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And that's one of the things I really love about it. It's a very traditional kind of, you know, there are contemporary ways of, you know, it's evolved over the centuries, but you know, I got a pipe. My tools are the simplest tools, you know, simple tongs and paddles, and some of my tools are wooden, most of them are steel. And I gather some glass on a rod, and the furnace is full of clear molten glass, and I will gather some clear glass on a pipe, and then I will apply colored glass to it. So I've got chips and powders of colored glass that I then melt onto the clear glass. And so with a Christmas tree that has green and multicolored little ornaments on it, I've applied a range of colors. A small community like Red Deer, we've become connected with the community. People in the community that are interested have found us, and we found them, and so you know, through doing some corporate work locally, through local businesses that use glass as awards and acknowledgments for, you know, employee achievements and board services and stuff like that. We were just approached, and you know, we've raised our family here, and we're sort of interested in being part of the community in a supportive way. So it just kind of happened kind of naturally that way, I guess. And I wanted to be I kind of thought I was going to be a wildlife painter when I grew up, and then I went to art school, and you know, I sort of tell people the blinders were peeled off. Art school tells you, I mean, there's so many different facets to what you can do. Glass is horribly finicky. It takes a, you know, it's not that hard to understand glass. I mean, you get it hot, it gets soft. So it's straightforward from an intellectual point of view to understand, but then translating that understanding to your hands, and you know, there's a sense of timing. So in the process of learning glass, and it takes years. You know, people often ask me, how long did something take me to make? And it's a fast process, so it may have only taken me 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 2 hours to make an object, but I like to tack on 2 hours plus 10 years, because it takes a very long time to gain facility with the material. Like anything, I mean, somebody who's great with their hands at a piano didn't just sit down and, you know, they've logged thousands of hours probably, as I have. I mean, the glass being very fluid and organic, it's well suited to natural forms. And you can freeze a gesture because when it's not in the furnace, it cools rapidly, so you can get a fluid gesture, which I like with the trees. You can kind of get them leaning a little bit and then coming back, and just, you know, it's well suited to getting those kinds of forms. I would like to thank Red Deer for supporting us for the last 20 years.
There are so many amazing events and activities happening in Central Alberta that I think you, your family, and your friends might want to take part in. So, let's take a look at the holiday event calendar. The Red Deer Symphony Orchestra presents Messiah. Handel's immortal masterpiece will be performed on period instruments by Alberta's Rosé Baraka and a hand-picked group of Alberta singers. This is one performance you do not want to miss. Celebrate this new year with your kids and bring in 2018 Noon Year Dance Party. Bring your dancing shoes and join us as we jive, twist, and shake in the new year. Happy Noon Year Dance Party at the Red Deer Public Library. The Black and White Ball is a full-on premier party experience. Enjoy good food, great prize raffles, live music, 2 dance floors, and complimentary champagne at midnight. Sounds like a lot of fun if you ask me. Proceeds from the Black and White Ball will serve to benefit the Red Deer Symphony Orchestra, operations and programs into 2018. Is it really the Christmas holidays if Central Albertans aren't taking full advantage of outdoor rinks? Well, join the fun in Sylvan Lake. Every day from December 27th to December 31st, enjoy free holiday public skating at the Next Source Center. In keeping with recent tradition, the City of Lacombe invites you to join them for Light Up the Night fireworks at Crana Lake. Celebrate the holiday season with your friends and family while enjoying quite the fireworks display. Fire pits will be on hand to keep everyone toasty, and hot chocolate will be provided. Are you looking to enjoy the outdoors over the holidays? Visit the Kerrywood Nature Center. They will be open on both Christmas Eve and Boxing Day. Also, if you're feeling adventurous, join them on December 30th for random snowshoeing adventures. Note, this program runs weather and snow levels permitting. It's taking place December 30th, 1 to 4 p.m. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through Rocky Mountain House, the residents looked to the skies to spot Santa. That's right, the big man himself will be flying over Rocky Mountain House around 7 p.m. on his way to deliver gifts to everyone all over the world. Santa's Christmas Eve House Flyover. It's happening December 24th at 7 p.m. The magical story of the Polar Express comes to life in Stettler. Enjoy a 1-hour-long road trip journey to the North Pole. Hot chocolate, cookies, book readings, carol singings, and gifts are part of the journey, and once you arrive at the North Pole, Santa boards the train. Visit the website for scheduled dates and times. Enjoy a family Christmas turkey dinner for a great cause in Innisfail. Gather with fellow community members ahead of the busy Christmas season. All proceeds from this event will be donated to the Innisfail Christmas Bureau. Are you looking to get some quality time in with Mr. and Mrs. Claus and Olds? Head to the Olds Municipal Library for story time with Santa. I'm thinking reading with Santa will definitely put you on the nice list. This is all happening December 20th, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. As well, you can also spend Christmas with your community in Ponoka. Enjoy some coffee, entertainment, and a turkey buffet on Christmas Day. And once again, for more information, just take a look on the screen. Maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more, so find the true meaning of Christmas by helping out those less fortunate. The Mustard Seed is looking for donations and volunteers as they will be providing 1 meal a day from December 18th to the 25th. Provide some much needed funds or help in the kitchen with prep work. Hey everyone, thank you so much for staying tuned and listening to all of the fantastic fun events that are happening this month's holiday calendar. I'm Rachel Stillings and I really hope to see you next time. Bye!
Coming up after the break, we meet more of the 2016 award recipients and we learn where the funds raised for the Festival of Trees goes towards. The Festival of Trees is all about supporting the community, and there are tons of Red Deer businesses that love to get involved. The Festival Corporate Group Volunteer Award is given to those in the corporate sector that are giving back to their community. Let's meet the 2016 recipient of this award.
Hi, I'm Pat Quinnell, Senior Vice President of Service Credit Union, and we are the winner of the Group Volunteer Award for 2016 Festival of Trees. We've been involved with the Festival of Trees for a number of years. I don't know offhand, but certainly in terms of volunteering, particularly for the business luncheon, we've been involved with that for a long time. Our staff volunteer for anything from setup, takedown, decorating trees, a whole number of different things. It's great. It's good for our employees. You know, it's one of those things that they do get involved and they do enjoy it, and it's really nice to be recognized for it. And certainly we support it corporately. So I think that just, again, provides that recognition for the staff for the efforts that they put in. The Festival of Trees, it's a great cause. Obviously, we're in a community that healthcare is very important. I think it's become, quite topical in terms of the healthcare situation. And so if we can support it not only financially, but with the volunteers, it does go to a good cause. It goes to the things that our staff may use and their families may use. So I think that that's why it is supported so well. I think that everybody corporately, we all have a responsibility to give back to the community. You can't isolate yourself. We are part of the community. So I think it's very important that when we find causes that align with what we value, that it's important that we step up financially with support for employees, time off to attend and volunteer, as well as attending the event and supporting the event.
The final award is the Festival Friends Award, which honors an individual that has given a lifetime contribution to the festival and serves as an inspiration to others. Let's meet last year's winner.
My name is Diana Bockwell, and I am the recipient of the 2016 Festival Friends Award. I've been a volunteer probably since about 2001. And I started out just as a volunteer helping in the gift shop. Then I put in too many hours and they invited me to join the committee. Then eventually I was vice chair, co-chair of the gift shop. Then I moved over to co-chair of the volunteer committee. I've helped out on the preview dinner for 1 year. And then this year I'm also helping out as chairman of Taste of Red Deer. We had a teacher who was on the committee and she was looking for volunteers, and I thought, oh, this sounds like fun. So I did it, I enjoyed it, and then I've continued to do it. I take a week off of holidays to go and work there full time. Sometimes it's double the amount of hours that I work at school. It's kind of an extended family. The volunteers, like other family, you might only see them once a year, but it's always a great time to greet them and see them again and have them volunteering. So it's a big family and it's great to raise the money for the hospital, and it's a great fundraiser. People consider, or a lot of people say, oh yeah, Festival of Trees, yep, we're going to decorate our places and so forth, and it's the start of Christmas with all the decorated trees and the choirs and entertainment and just the events. It's just great to see Mistletoe Magic and see the fathers and daughters all dressed up, and it's just a great atmosphere. I'm very honored to receive this award, and especially since the people that nominated me were previous winners of some of the festival awards. So it's really nice to be recognized by people you've worked with for a long time. I don't see stepping down for, there's a few people that have been on it from the beginning and they say, well, maybe 25 years will be, will be it for them, but I still enjoy it, yeah.
The money raised from the Festival of Trees goes to support the Red Deer Regional Health Foundation, and the 2017 Festival Funds is purchasing new equipment for 2 laboratory departments in the Red Deer Regional Hospital Center. Let's check out this year's donor video.
It was my regular checkup. My family doctor just did a complete blood count. Because of what the lab pointed out to him, he decided to go to another step, have some additional blood work done. So they found out that I have a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma because of that one little blood test. But more importantly, as they investigated me to determine what kind of lymphoma and all of that, they also found out that I have lung cancer and I have an aneurysm in my brain, a bulge on an artery. The aneurysm I would have found out about it when it burst and I had a stroke. Or the lung cancer, by the time they found it, it would have been too late to treat it. The aneurysm, I thought, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I had to wait for a little while before I had it treated. And there were times when I thought, I wonder if I'll make it till then. The lab is this place that nobody pays attention to very much, but in fact, without it, we really don't have any information that will help us, the healthcare professionals, make decisions.
About 85% of diagnostic decisions are made based on the lab results. If we're looking at something and we see something that makes us go, I want a pathologist to look at this, we have to call the pathologist, we have to get the pathologist to come in, and we have to get the pathologist to come sit down at our microscope and look at the cell that we were looking at. If there's something that we want a pathologist to take a second look at, we can take that digital image and send it to the pathologist wherever he is, and we can have an almost instantaneous answer.
Get results quicker to physicians and patients, allow diagnosis and treatment to begin sooner. It also increases the capacity of our lab significantly because it frees up all these people who are currently doing all these manual tasks to perform other things and really allow for an increased volume to come through our lab.
It'll give us a much better quality picture. It is better because we're going to a standard automated platform which removes variability and increases quality by giving us a standard process as opposed to a manual process where there's more variability.
The lab assistants currently have to uncap every tube, go into every tube, and then recap every tube and plant them to plates. They're all very careful when they're doing it, and they do it behind a screen, so the chances of splashing are pretty minimal right now, but they'll be even less when it's all done in a closed system. There's no chance of splashing and contamination.
It's provided the laboratory in Red Deer and in Central Alberta the ability to bring in the latest and the best technology so our patients in Central Alberta can know that they're getting the highest quality service we can provide.
I've been to a number of different labs throughout the province and I'm not aware of any of the other labs receiving this kind of significant gift or donation to improve care.
We are here 24/7. If you're in a car accident and you need blood, we're here. If you have a child that wakes up in the middle of the night with a bloody nose and you bring them into eMERGE, we're here.
I wanted to be able to tell people how important it was in my life because without that lab work, I wouldn't know what I know now. And I'm now 2 years later completely healthy and living my life the way I lived it before I was initially ill. For me, hematology really did. It saved my life.
Well, that's it for our show highlighting the community involvement in this year's Festival of Trees. On behalf of all of us here at Shaw TV, we would like to commend the efforts of the Red Deer Regional Health Foundation, the Festival of Trees Committee, and those 2,500 volunteers that helped to make this week-long event possible. $1.2 million is an incredible donation for the Red Deer Regional Hospital, and we are already looking forward to next year. If you'd like to learn anything more about the Festival of Trees or you want to volunteer, visit the website on your screen. I've been your host, Chloe Hafner. Thanks for watching.